I filled out one of those forms that you, what's it called, a directive or something.
Okay.
Advanced directive, it's called. Colette, the nurse that comes around.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she goes to Salt Spring too. Colette, she said you should get it done. So anyway, it's the sort of thing I've been putting off for years. But and the reason I put it off, it's you have to say what you want and what you don't want when you're incapable of saying it physically. Like if I were unconscious for whatever reason, and the doctors wondered, should we resuscitate this person or should we do this? So you make out this directive in case of that. But if you're capable of saying what you want, well then that you don't need that directive. If it's a question of my heart actually stops beating, you know what they call it, cardiac arrest, or they've tried to get you going again, but it just won't work, because Colette explained it all to me. She said, supposing you have dial 911 and you don't feel good and they take you down to the clinic, they'll give you oxygen, they'll give you morphia, and they'll do this, they'll do everything to help you feel better. But if after all their efforts, your heart still won't get going again, then they'll do this resuscitation. I said, well, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. But I've always been very close to nature and earthy and in tune with
right.
life and everything.
Right.
So I can't say that it's any different as I'm older. I'm just the same as I always was.
Right.
Really. It doesn't make really any difference to me. I mean, I'm pretty old, but I'm just the same as I've always been. Being old, the only way being old affects me is physically, but I'm the same spiritually, I think, as I've always been. Just one of my daughters, the one who is in Wales, she's the youngest, who I worry about because she's got cancer, and she's got terminal cancer, and she's having all these treatments and so on, and she's been 7 years now having all this stuff. So she is the one that I think about when it comes to dying, because out of all the rest of us, she might be the one. When it comes to dying, it's okay if you die when you're old because you've had a life. But if you die before you're old, I think that's, it's much more sad.
If I fall, I'll just really hurt myself. I'll get up, brush the dirt off, and that'll be it. This happened 5 or 6 years ago, and I didn't realize how close I was to losing my dad till recently. My dad is a pilot, and he's very intense but very passionate. And when that happened to him, he had a kind of a stroke. He didn't realize it was a stroke till a couple days after. It shows, the kind of guy he is. But it sort of gave him a new lease on life. It was sort of a bunch of culminating events that happened all at once, and it sort of refreshed him. Oh, when I die, wow. Well, hopefully it'd be quick and painless, or really cool and dramatic. Maybe save some orphans from a sinking ship. But after the death, I haven't thought too much about. I'm thinking it's just like a dream where you fall asleep, you wake up the next morning, and that time in between was not even there. I don't think too far past the end of the day.
She wanted to go to California because she knew she was going to die because she had cancer.
So she said, I've never been to Disneyland.
And so that was at 5 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, we had a mansion on the beach booked, and we had every family member, every cousin, every aunt and uncle, all booked to arrive.
Her real name was Miller, I think, but everybody called her Mimi. She made this picture out of wool that says "Our baby Rana, Lisa," and it has like little teddy bears all around it.
And because she was having such a tremendous celebration for the end of her life, everybody came to visit because it was a happy time, and it was great.
And I was just standing there when Mimi was lying on the couch, and then I'm like, Mimi, Mimi, because her eyes shut, and then everybody came over, and that's when she died. Where are you?
Right here.
Guys, Ashley said, you just don't get it. Do you?
One of my big pleasures is reading stories to my daughter in bed at night. And what's happened recently, as of Sunday, is now she reads me stories, and that is big. So those are huge moments. My mom helped me, taught me to live for the moment by just her acceptance of humans. She accepted everybody, and that is a major stumbling block, because we just tend to go to making judgments about people. She didn't do that, and so if you can get there, then living for the moment is actually much easier.